terms of kind of systems you use to kind of manage inventory or your inventory kind of process, purchase, sales, fulfillment, kind of, I know you guys use Deer inventory with that. Is there any specific kind of recommendations or needs within systems that you'd recommend for, emerging brands or emerging startups to kind of be ahead of the game, right? Because we can do this manual and spreadsheets and reports, or move into a kind of an inventory system that kind of helps us kind of pull data and have more precision around COGS or inventory values and locations along the way. Is there a kind of, from your experience, kind of any kind of best practices within that realm?
I think what we find, I can't recommend Deer enough. It's been perfect for our size of the business. It's, I'm used to the SAPs and JD Edwards and stuff of the world like that, but Deer has been fantastic. And what we get out of it more than anything is it gives you a very strong view from when the material came in-house to when you actually sold the product, and anything in between. So at any given time, I can go in and legitimately see how things are flowing along and where things might be short. You can watch all the transactions of, the ins and outs of all things e-com and when our large orders get shipped. And it's a really good snapshot of anything in the process or anything in the actual inventory build process. Materials management, it's great. I really appreciate the way that the system works as far as keeping track of what we've got on hand. And luckily, all of our stuff basically lives in one place, so I don't have the complexity of 15 different warehouses. But it's a great tracking tool, and just a very simple, cloud-based, something easy to manipulate, and a wealth of information. So I 100% would, any up-and-comer that is looking for something better than, manual spreadsheet entry, that's a great entry place to start.
Yeah. That's when we were researching different systems and things like that, from a user experience, from a cost standpoint, from a just overall integration with, the Shopify's of the world, the Amazon's of the world, where the majority of CPG brands reside, QuickBooks on the, of the world. Like, it was like, God, this is a really good fit. And we've really enjoyed, the aspect of that. Clearly there's a lot of other inventory systems out there, but, just for, I think, a lot of emerging brands don't really know that there's these types of systems out there that can help them run their business and manage their inventory, right? Like, your biggest outflow and your biggest resource as an emerging, basically CPG brand, $0 to $3 million of annual revenue, $4 million of annual revenue, is inventory, managing inventory. So when clients come to us, it's like, hey, let's do a supply chain inventory walkthrough. Where is the inventory at? Let's do a bill of materials. Let's help understand what your landed costs are. Let's get a process in place to count inventory. Clearly, all this type of stuff kind of can be facilitated through Deer inventory or a system like that, but walking through that and understanding those items first can help you be like, okay, this is what this means from an inventory standpoint. And then on top of that, how do I start counting inventory, understanding where I have it? Because constantly with us, a lot of our clients, we have $30,000 variances, $10,000 variances, $50,000 variances, and some of it's just pure timing issues, just variance issues, et cetera. But it helps people understanding that this is a core focus of your business. Yep. And if you don't lose any, or have to write off any inventory, or just constantly have variances, or don't know where your inventory is at, you're literally just throwing money out the door. And so it comes in to manage that, when to buy it, when to manufacture it. So having those systems in place really, really helps. And clearly, you say you have a great operations kind of team member in house that helps out with that. There's a lot of ops I know you guys, to start out with, used Rodeo as an ops partner, which is, Rodeo, cities of the world are there to help out as well. So I can't explain enough to people of the focus on inventory that, the control of inventory, the management of inventory is really key to the success of a startup brand.
Absolutely. Well said. And I mean, the other little thing that it does that, when you've got systems like this in place, it makes your close and your financials process so much easier, because you have accurate, reliable data and problem solving, and even, problem solving past problems, or, from related to something you might have inputted incorrectly, or didn't track the right way versus, and, it's how you build forecasts. And yep. So it's when you start, it truly allows you to start thinking ahead, because a great system of record of what you're learning every single day that you're using it. So.
Yes, well said. Well said as well, Chris. Well.